Sorry, man.
No problem.
You won that fight easy.
Right here. And woman right here.
You won that fight easy.
Yes.
Easy.
What else? Agus, question?
I know.
How did you see the final end of that fight? And did you feel like coming out after the 11th into the 12th that you needed to fight hard to win?
Yes, of course. Of course, I feel during the fight, I take this fight. I control this fight. I control every round. And for me, it's a big question. What happened in the result today?
And I'm going to say just like it is, this is the biggest robbery in the middle of a day. For our team, Christmas came in the summer, and we're not going to let it go. I guarantee we're going to protest. I guarantee we're going to appeal that decision, because somebody needs to end this injustice. Somebody needs boxing to put in a place where it has to be. And it has to be a justice. Because those judges, when they scoring a completely insane score, they do not understand how those fighters are working hard to get into that place. And then being robbed like that, it's not acceptable. And I guarantee we're not going to let it go. We're going to go all the way to the end to appeal and to... Maybe we're not going to win. Maybe it's going to be as it is. Most likely it's going to be. But we want to show what it has to be justice.
This is for Agus and Vasiliy. Agus, over here. The 10th round seemed to be the clearest round that Loma won in the fight. He won it convincingly. Dave Moretti scored that round for Haney. What are your thoughts on that?
I was the first protested Dave Moretti to have as a judge. And we protested that to commission. And the commissioner told he is one of my best judges. And that proved today again.
And Vasiliy, my question is this. After 12 rounds, when the bell rang, did you know in your heart of hearts you felt as though you won?
Look, during all fight, I control the fight, and all fight, I understand. I win in this fight. I win in this fight. So for me, of course, it was a big surprise. And then 12 rounds ends. I was sure I won this fight, but it is what it is.
Loma, Egis, I spoke with so many fighters, even legends, and they told me this phrase: the boxing needs to be really sad tonight because they mentioned it was like a robbery. What can you tell to the people who still believes in boxing? I'm saying that it's a huge event, but the world of boxing, the fans, are really sad because of this decision. What can you tell, guys?
Look, we all love boxing. We all respect boxing. Sometimes it's happened. Sometimes it's happened. My father always teach me during life, you need to win without question. Yeah, you need to win without a question. Looks clear fight, but today maybe was not clear fight. Today maybe was not a big domination from my side, but I understand it because Haney was not a new guy in the boxing. He is a good opponent, and you don't need forget, he is bigger than me.
Vasiliy, we saw the pictures of you in the dressing room crying. Can you talk about how much it hurt to be on the wrong end of those scores?
Then I had a speech. I just remember my son today called me 7 times and every time tell me, hey, and then you, and then you. And in this moment, then I remember this moment. It was very hard for me. And
What's wrong about crying? You know, when you're happy, you're smiling, you're laughing, everybody says. And if you cried a little bit, it's emotions. I don't think anything wrong here. I cry sometimes too.
Hey, Loma.
I will cry today, later, not in the cameras.
I guess Loma, right here. First of all, I thought you won. I talked to Jorge Linares. He won. He said you won by 2 rounds. Fernando Vargas said you won by 2 rounds. Eddie Reynoso said you won by 2 rounds. How many rounds do you guys think you won by tonight?
I don't know. I can't tell you right now because now it will be not a serious from my side because I need to sit down, focus on the fight. To see the fight, and after that I can answer. But in 100%, I don't lose this fight.
Right here, in the front. Marcus Hayes with Fight Hub TV. Vasiliy, congratulations on a good fight tonight. Win, lose, or draw, you represented yourself very well. Let me ask you, late in the bout, you seem to be landing at will. You even look to have hurt Devin Haney at some point in the fight. Did you feel like you were going to be able to put him down late in the bout, or did you think he was kind of playing a little bit cat and mouse?
Look, it was. I think it was one moment. I believe in the 10 rounds. I don't remember on 100%, but one time I saw his bad situation. But I understand. I need to continue my strategy and focus on my strategy.
Vasiliy, congratulations, man, on a hell of a performance tonight. Where does Devin Haney rank amongst all the fighters you faced in the pros? You know, Linares, Gary Russell, Teofimo. Where does Devin stack up?
You know what? I want to see a fight Ortiz with Haney. It will be very interesting. But if you're talking about Linares, if you're talking about Lopez, for me, they are better than Haney.
Yeah, I just want to, say alhamdulillah, thank you, Allah, for this, opportunity. This is all a dream come true. I always dreamed of being on this big stage and, just being in big fights and fighting the best fighters in the world. And that's what I did tonight. I proved myself, and it feels surreal. All of this is surreal, but I worked hard for this since I was 7 years old. I put my all into this, and it's a blessing that everything has come full circle for me.
Devin, congratulations on a great victory.
Thank you.
I know it was an unpopular decision for some, but for me, you did amazing body work, and I don't know if a lot of people recognize that. How big do you think the body work was in this fight? Because it looked like Lomachenko's left flank was really red, and that you were digging those right hands in.
Yeah, the body work is what won me to fight tonight. I knew that I had to invest in that body. We watched a lot of tape on Loma. We knew that he wasn't the biggest fan of body shots. So I stuck to the game plan. Was breaking him down, and that's why I felt like he was fighting in spurts. He would have some good moments during a round, but he wasn't finishing the whole round strong because me invested in the body.
Yeah, and were you worried at all about the decision, or were you pretty confident when you went back to the stool at the end that you won the fight?
Yeah, I knew that it was a good fight. I was definitely, confident that I won the fight. But I knew that it was a close fight. Of course, he won rounds. I knew going into the fight that it wouldn't be an easy fight. I had to go through the fire to win. I knew Loma is a crafty veteran, and I couldn't just, go in there and just jab and, move around and use my distance. I knew that I had to, take it to him and fight a fight that you guys haven't seen me ever fight before, and I felt like that's what I did tonight. And me being a fighter, me saying that I'm #1 pound for pound. Some fights, not every fight is going to be pretty. Some fights you got to show versatility and different styles, and that's what's good about me is I could go through the fire, I can box, I can jab, I can invest in the body. I just show that me being a young vet in the game at 24 years old that I have experience in that ring.
And lastly for me. I know 135, you've been making it for a long, long time, since you're 16 years old. Do you see yourself pursuing a rematch with Lomachenko next, or are you trying to move on?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of big fights at the 135-pound division. We just got to see what's next. Obviously, every time no weight cut for me at 135 is easy. It takes a lot of discipline. I'm huge for the weight. I've been at 135 since I was 7 years old. So I'm just gonna go back and talk to my team and we'll see what's next. Maybe we do a fight at 140 and see how I feel, and keep the belts at 135 and come back at 135 and defend against a fight that makes sense. Or we'll just see. We might just stay at 135 and if everything makes sense, then we'll defend at 135. But I proved myself tonight against a future Hall of Famer that I'm the guy in the weight class. So it's like, how much more do you guys want me to prove? It's like you guys want me to keep proving until I can't prove anymore. I've been at 135 since I was 16 years old. I think we just got to see what's next. But eventually, I'm going to move up.
This was by far the best opponent that you have faced in your career, and you put a great performance on. And so do you feel like you made yourself at a higher level given who you beat relative to in the past?
Yes, of course. I fought by far the toughest competitor, a future Hall of Famer. I fought a different fight than you guys ever saw me fight. I took it to him, vested the body, hurt him to the body. Showed my versatility in the ring. I feel like I've definitely, proved myself and that I am one of the best fighters in the world. And I feel like I'm number one pound for pound with the type of performance I did against, at one point, the guy who was number one pound for pound.
The other question I just wanted to ask you really quickly, I know punch stats don't mean a whole lot, but the stats were very close and punches landed. 5 rounds you outlanded him, 5 rounds Lomachenko outlanded you, and there were 2 that were even. So the fight was very close. Did you feel like you had to go out and win the 12th round to put a point on it that you won?
No, not necessarily. I knew that the fight was close, but I wanted to win every round. It wasn't just the 12th round where I felt like, I needed to win the round to win the fight. I knew that it was a close fight, so every round I was trying to win. I wanted to win every round. I didn't want to, it wasn't the 12th round that, really made me feel like I needed to win the fight. It was every round.
Right. Andreas Hell for Sport News. Devin, congratulations. The first question I have is the push at the weigh-in. A lot of people were very critical of that. They said that, maybe he got into your head. Can you talk about what was behind that push, and did it the fight play out the way that you wanted it to following that?
Yeah, I mean, it's boxing. At the end of the day, it's a lot of emotion that goes on in the sport of boxing. I have nothing against Lomachenko. I take my hat off to him. I thank him for the opportunity. We put on a great fight for the fans. I have nothing but respect for him, his father, his whole team. So it was nothing disrespectful. It just was a lot of emotion built up. That's all.
One more for me. Shakur Stevenson is the one person who continues to say your name. He got into the ring and you guys exchanged some words. What was said there, and do you see you and him crossing paths at some point?
Yeah, I just said that I'm number one. I just let him know that I'm number one, and that's when he said for now. But right now I'm number one. So I didn't.
Bob ain't said his name.
I didn't. Yeah, Bob hasn't said his name at all. But
Bob ain't said his name. My phone ain't ringing.
But nah, what's the name? Of course, I've been very vocal about that. Me and Shakur are on a collision course. Whether it's at 135, whether it's at 140, whether it's at 147, we definitely on a collision course, and we definitely gonna get it on when the time is right.
Hey, congratulations, Devin, on retaining the titles, man. Team Gervonta Davis, because everyone talks about you and Davis fighting. You got all the titles, you're the champ of the division, but they talk about being a draw, too, to make a fight happen. We didn't get the pay-per-view numbers yet, but the fight was sold out tonight. It was a great crowd. Do you feel like, you answered the call when it comes on that aspect, and what do you think of that fight with Gervonta Davis just in general? Yeah, I mean, the numbers, I know when the numbers come out, the numbers did very well. The gate did very well. I proved that I'm a draw in the sport of boxing. I proved that the people want to see me. They come out, they support. And, me and Tank is a massive fight. And, it's going to happen sooner than later.
Thank you so much for watching this video. And make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV. And give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.